Hi, this is Sally. This is day 17 of my weight loss journey. So, a quick update of what I did today. I think I'm on track, so I'm following my food schedule mostly. So, what I didn't do well was to have sufficient sleep. Well, I had sufficient sleep in the sense of it's just 6 hours, which is still not enough, although I know most adults sleep for 6 hours, but I'm actually aiming for 8. And also, more than that, actually, it's the time of sleep, right? So I'm supposed to sleep by 11 p.m. My target was actually to sleep from 10 to 6, so that hasn't been happening. Yeah, the sleeping part is really quite bad, and it actually stresses out my body. So I'm feeling regretful. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about it. Yeah, so supplements is all on track. Supplements are all on track. Food is kind of on track because of my sleeping after 12 a.m. and by the time I wake up and do my coffee enema, because I do my coffee enema, I want to do my coffee enema before I eat my breakfast. And generally when I wake up, I am not very hungry. So if I dilly-dally, by the time I finish everything, it's actually close to lunch and I just eat lunch. I wouldn't really have 2 meals in close proximity. Generally, I would prefer about a 4-hour gap, a minimum 4-hour gap between meals. So for dinner tonight, my family actually prepared soup and then some simple meat dishes, but I couldn't join them because I told myself I'm not going to eat. I'm going to cut down meat, and I actually allowed myself to have meat dishes twice a week. So I actually scheduled, like I know roughly where I'm going to eat, although I might not know what I'm going to eat. Yeah, and so I told my brother about my plans, and he said, "Oh, so when's your next day? You're the next time supposed to eat meat, which is actually tomorrow, because I'm visiting a place. Actually, it's my friend's cafe to try out some new dishes." And I plan my food schedule in such a way that I have one actually category called special treat, and that's where I can actually explore a new place every week. So that makes it fun. I read not a gym rat, but someone was running a gym, and he talked about weight loss. And one of the interesting points he made was about consistency, eating the same thing or eating the same place, daily, so that would make it easier to lose weight. And to a certain extent was correct. When I did out my first draft of my food schedule for this week, it was really, really complicated. Like I wanted to, I had the different foods, and I was trying to slot like maybe I was trying to slot like fruits in a certain week, and then I was supposed to have my sinful food certain days. So I was like having 21 meals, and trying to decide which slot it was. And I was so frustrated. Like there were so many decisions to make, right? It doesn't make sense to be so tired. And because I did not want to have the same food every time, I can't imagine myself coming up with a food schedule, and spending about half an hour to an hour every week planning what to eat, right? So I quickly tossed that aside, did up my second food schedule, and made the breakfast mostly the same, which is yogurt, made the lunch mostly the same, which is whatever that is served in my office. And when they do serve it, I'm not going to have the carbs, I'm just going to have the soup, or if it's sinful, it'd be curry, cabbage. Yeah. And so dinner would be then the time when I make the decision, like what I'm going to eat. And I just make 4 or 5 decisions that week, because 2 of the days of the week would be juicing days. Yeah, so anyway, that's a quick recap of how I planned my food schedule. Maybe one of these days I will show you my table. Yeah, so for dinner, because of my food schedule, and it was supposed to be fruits today, and I had done my shopping just 2-3 hours ago, so that was fine. I had mini oranges and grapes. I had longan on standby, and I also have a pomelo on standby. Yeah, so, well, short interesting story. When I first bought the pomelo, I realized that also that I brought it from the grocery. So there was the inside of the grocery stores, and there were also some fruits displayed outside. So I got the pomelo from outside, brought it inside to make payment, and I saw that there was another pomelo from Ipoh, right? And it was $1 more expensive. And I was like, oh, okay, mine is the one I took from outside was $3.50. So I asked the cashier where the one from outside was from, and he replied quite defensively that it was from China. So at that point of time I was like, oh, why was he replying that way? So I said, okay, it's fine with me, you know, that's $3.50. I paid, and then it was only after I got home I was like, oh, China. So I'm not paranoid or anything like that, but it was just like, okay, no wonder he reacted that way. So, well, I just to be safe, although my brother was thinking it was a bit too much, but I just kept that pomelo inside my room, because rather than outside in the common kitchen. Yeah, so that's my story. That's the rundown for today, and I see you tomorrow.